I think that most people will avoid having these difficult conversations because they're scared someone's going to ask something or they're going to want something that they may want themselves that they can't give. Well, I don't want to talk to them because they may want a promotion, they want a raise. So I don't even want to bring it up because it's going to be uncomfortable. I think that if we think that way, what's likely to happen is that person is going to leave because then we never talk about it. The difference between that and being able to open up the conversation, because it's better to understand what that person wants, because the sheer ask of asking somebody what they want and what's going on, well, I'd like a raise. And then what we want to do is, so why is that important to you right now? And what most people share, and this kind of comes from my background in conflict resolution work, people first communicate their position. And what we as leaders always want to do, regardless of the circumstance and what we're talking about, is to move down to interest and needs. If somebody says, I need a promotion right now, well, tell me, why is that something that's important to you right now? And in asking that important second question, we start digging into, well, we're looking at buying a new house, or my kid's going to private school and I need to be able to pay for it, or so-and-so in another department just got promoted right now. And if you as a leader can ask questions without reacting, you can start to understand what that person's real interest and need is. So a great example is I had a coaching client that was in a UN agency. And in the UN system, you have levels. There's P5s, P4s, P3s, P2s, and that's, kind of a P2 is the lowest. Probably should have gone in the other order when I shared this: P2, P3, P4, P5, and then directors, and then executive directors. And so people want to move up. I'm only a P4 and I've been in the UN for a certain long time. I want a P5. And so I said, okay, why do you want that right now? And it's like, well, I've been here for 4 years and I should have moved up. I said, great, why don't you go interview a P5 and ask about that experience? Well, she went and interviewed that P5 and the person goes, you don't want this position. You love doing the education work you're doing. You don't have to be involved in politics. If you move up that next level, you're going to make about $8,000 more a year, but your life is going to be hell because you're going to stop doing the work you love doing. So you could be attached to the number that's next to your name that means nothing to anybody outside the UN, but you're going to lose the part of your work that probably brings you most joy. I've actually thought about going back to being a P4 myself.